Most people think that to stop feeling lonely, they just need to get out more. But you can be in a room full of people and still feel like you're invisible. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to move a conversation from more surface level weather talk to a more deep soul level connection. Stay tuned for step 3 especially. It's a common mistake that we make when someone finally opens up, and it's also one of the primary reasons people stop sharing. In our last video, we looked at the heavy reality of depression, but there's a shadow that follows depression everywhere it goes: disconnection. It's the feeling of living behind a glass wall where you can see the world moving, but you don't feel like you're part of it. Today, we're going to break through that glass wall by learning how to map out the inner landscape. To understand connection, you have to understand the inner landscape. Most of us spend our lives talking about the weather, which is just temporary moods and daily tasks. But beneath the weather is the actual geography of a person. A complete inner landscape map consists of 2 things: the wildlife and the terrain. The wildlife is the daily data. These are the active parts of their world that are always in motion. It is their favorite music and their best friends. It is the rivals at work they can't stand and their current stressors. The terrain, on the other hand, is the deeper geography. These are the landmarks, which are the core values, the fault lines, which is past traumas, and the hidden valleys, which are unspoken dreams. Deep connection means learning to truly understand every layer of this landscape. You need to know what music they listen to when they're sad, but also why that music hits a fault line in their past. Connection is a 2-way street. While you are learning their landscape, you also have to give them insight into yours. These 2 things happen at the same time. Dr. John Gottman refers to this process of learning the inner landscape as creating love maps. This is the process of constantly updating your understanding of someone else's inner world. You can't navigate through a forest if you're using a map of an inner world that's from 5 years ago. To learn about the wildlife, which is their daily life, you could ask questions like, who is your biggest ally at work? Or what is a song that's been getting you through the work week? To learn a landmark, which is a core value, you could ask, what is one thing that you're doing lately that actually feels meaningful to you? To learn a fault line, which is past trauma, you can ask, when you feel overwhelmed, what is the specific thought or memory that usually triggers it? To learn a hidden valley, which is a dream, you could ask, if you had a completely free year with no judgment, what is the one thing that you would finally start doing? As you are asking these questions, you have to be willing to give them insight to your inner world too. And if you're struggling with depression, you might feel like your landscape is too dark to show anyone, but you don't have to show them the whole forest. You just have to show them one tree. You can do this using the 10% shift. This is how you give them a clear look at your inner landscape without feeling like you're oversharing. You just give them the headline of your day plus 10% truth about what's actually happening. To give insight into your wildlife or a daily stressor, you could say, my day was busy, but honestly, I'm feeling stressed because I'm not seeing eye to eye with my boss right now. That's a 10% truth. To give them insight into one of your fault lines or past trigger, you could say, I've been quiet today because a comment earlier hit a real sore spot for me regarding my past and I'm still processing it. That's a 10% truth. To give them insight into one of your hidden valleys or a dream, you could say, I know I don't talk much about it, but I've really been missing the creative side of myself lately. That's a 10% truth. This small shift is an invitation. It signals to them too that it's safe for them to allow you into their inner world because you've taken the first step and showed them your inner world. And then the final step is the most critical. When someone finally trusts you with their inner landscape, or when they tell you about, let's say, a rival at work or a fault line, which is something from their childhood, your instinct might be to be a fixer. You'll want to solve the problem to make the discomfort go away, but you can build a much deeper bond by practicing empathetic presence. When somebody shares a struggle, that you don't need to be a mechanic to fix the problem. They actually just need a witness. You can do this by using a mirror statement to acknowledge the specific terrain that they just showed you. If they show you a stressor, try saying, I can hear how much that person at work is draining your energy. That sounds incredibly frustrating to deal with every day. If they showed you a fault line involving a struggle, start saying or try saying, I can see how much that old wound is still affecting you, and I am here. You don't have to carry that alone. By mirroring their feeling instead of trying to fix the problem, you ensure that they feel seen, heard, and felt. You aren't changing the landscape, you're just making sure that they don't have to navigate it alone. This is one of the primary reasons people feel safe enough to keep sharing their inner landscape with you. Building these habits takes practice, and to help you keep the inner landscapes updated, I put together a field guide to connection. It's a list of over 50 questions for kids, teens, or adults. Each question even identifies which aspect of the inner landscape that it aims to learn about. The wildlife, the landmark, the fault line, or the hidden valleys. You can download it for free at the link in the description. And you can keep it on your phone. And the next time you feel that glass wall, pick up one of the questions and start there. Because most connections don't end because of a fight. They end because we stopped doing the maintenance, which is updating this landscape. Connection isn't about being fixed, it's about being seen. You don't have to wait until you're better to connect. The connection is often the thing that helps you get better. If you're feeling that disconnection right now, please know that you aren't a burden for needing people. We all need people. Thank you so much for joining us. If you found these tools helpful, please subscribe to join our community as we learn to navigate these inner landscapes together. We would love to hear from you in the comments. What is one landmark in your own landscape, like a core value or a dream that you wish people understood better? And when you're ready for more, watch the next video where we're going to talk about the inner and outer critic. We will look at how that harsh inner voice can actually prevent us from showing our true terrain to others. And remember, being human is messy, is beautiful, and worth showing up for exactly as you are. I am so glad that you're here.